Cool. All right. Hello.
Hi.
Let's get you to introduce yourself first.
Hi, my name's Chloe. I'm a glassblower and an artist. Yeah.
And what glass name do you go by?
I go by Aptogly Glass.
Okay. And why did you choose that name?
It means freckle face. And that was like a nickname that I had growing up. So that's kind of I use it as my
Okay. Is it because you have a freckle face that you
yeah.
felt like
Mhm.
connecting? Gotcha. Okay. Checks out. Checks out. What was the first thing you made in glass?
The first thing I made in the glass was I'm pretty sure it was like a glass straw because I took a class here at Sunset Glass Gallery and But after that, I learned how to make a heart, and that was like the main thing I first started making when I started out. I just kept making hearts over and over again. Cherry bomb glass actually taught me how to make them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was going to be the next question: is how did you get started in glass? What's the rundown on it?
So originally I'm like a painter. Like that's I've always been into art, but I moved out to Tucson from Massachusetts, and I just like I don't know. It was like my birthday, I think, and my parents they wanted to give me a gift that was like I don't know, it would be like a way for me to meet new people. They were like, oh, like maybe take a yoga class or like, I don't know, do kung fu or something. And I ended up finding like these glass blowing classes here at Sunset. And I was immediately like, yes, that's the thing that I'm going to do. So I took a class and like I immediately really liked it. And I kept coming back here. And yeah, it's just like, I fell in love.
Snowballed from there, huh?
Yeah.
You feel like when you first got here, because you already were doing painting, so you were kind of familiar with like finding a medium and really enjoying it. You feel like when you saw glass, you're like, oh, this is I gotta keep doing this.
Yeah, it felt a lot like painting, like to me because I don't know, like a lot of the mediums feel like painting to me. Painting's like a really versatile medium. There's just like so many things that you can call painting. It seems that's why I like it so much. But yeah, that's kind of why I just fell in love with it. It just felt so similar to like painting and all that.
Okay. So who are some big influences when you started? And that doesn't need to necessarily be just glass artists. That can be any kind of influences.
Okay. Well, definitely like the people here in the studio I was surrounded with, like Jack, Upgrade Glass, Cherry Bomb, Ash Glass, and yeah, all those people, they just like really inspired me to they would always just tell me how to do things. Like if I didn't know how, they would support me and like show me, I don't know, just tips and stuff. Uh, every time I like wanted to learn how to do something, like usually they would show me and they were really supportive of that. And then I was also just like inspired by art. I mean, paintings, like I was inspired by my own paintings. Like I would kind of try to like cross my own paintings over into the glass. And that's like,
Were there times when you would do something in painting or in glass that you then immediately would feel like you needed to make in the other medium? Like were you maybe painting hearts when you started deciding to do hearts or anything like that?
no, it was more so just like the flow where like of the two mediums were really similar, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like the way I would draw in my paintings would translate over into the way I would like make shapes in my glass, and or I would draw directly onto the glass with like stringers. That was like that became a really big thing. After the hearts, I started doing like all this stringer work and just like drawing directly onto the glass. That was like a game changer for me because then I realized like it really is just like painting. Like you can create like paintings on glass and then make shapes out of it so that they're more like 3D objects.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of paint were you using mainly?
I'm a watercolor painter mainly. That's like my forte. I've been doing it since I was like 8 years old. I have a BFA in painting actually,
Okay.
but yeah, that's like I paint and draw like every single day. I like wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is like make my coffee and like sit down at my little like studio table and just draw like even if it's just like a silly drawing that I'm not gonna like show anyone or sell or whatever, like just draw it.
Do you feel like there's certain, I don't know, I'm not familiar enough with painting, but is there like certain brush techniques do you feel like you translate over or like different ways that
like
you're drawing on it?
like even just the way I'm holding my stringers and like drawing them on and like just the swirls that I do a lot of like swirls and like double curves and stuff like that. So um I think so. I think it does.
Interesting. Okay. Where's the first place you sold your glass?
Um I think it was Sunset Glass Gallery. I sold
Yeah.
some glass to Aspen and he had it he has it in the shop. He still has some of my glass in the shop.
Oh,
bringing
that's a
the
question I
basics.
forgot to ask. Also, is do you still have the first things that you made in glass?
Actually, yes. The first things I made in glass, I'm pretty sure I kept, and they're somewhere in some box somewhere
Okay.
in my
Yeah.
closet. But I do have a lot of glass like that I just kept from when I first started. I never sold a lot of the glass that I first made. I just held on to it because I don't know. I just felt more sentimental to me. I wanted to
Hmm.
look back and see like I don't know how I progress. And
Yeah.
like it is crazy to look back at like the first things I've made because I don't know. They look you can see my style in it, but like it's not fully there. Like,
Yeah.
it's
You're
not
still getting the
yeah,
ropes,
just
getting the
figuring it out.
yeah. Okay. Are there certain objects that you made at the start that you still make today?
Yeah, like chillums. I made like that was like one of the first things I made was like a really, really simple like chillum like glass tube and now I still make chillums. I like making chillums and like hammers now. Those have like evolved. Like upgrade glass has taught me like a lot of like uh, making like shot glasses and how like shot glasses can be turned into like hammers if you like put a shot glass like connected to a chillum. Like you just all different things that you can make. I don't know. It became like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, what year was this that you started all this glass stuff?
I'm maybe like 2022 or like 2023. I think it was my 23rd birthday. I can't really quite remember if it was
Okay.
my 23rd or my 22nd.
Cool. And paint us a picture of what the scene looked like to you when you were first starting glass.
Um, I guess I was really new to the scene. I still am really new to the scene. Because I don't come from a glass blowing like background at all. I'm a painter, and I didn't really know anything about the glass blowing world until I moved out into Tucson. Um, so I mean, I was just surrounded by sunset, all of the energy that they have here, and I was honestly really excited about it because it's just the community seems so accepting of each other and supportive of each other as artists. Like we all kind of just want to like grow together. I feel like that was really cool to me
Okay.
because yeah, I don't see that a lot. I feel like.
So now let's go future instead of past. And what do you hope the scene looks like in 10 years for both
Um,
you and the scene as a whole?
I definitely want to still be blowing glass and just being a painter and drawing. And then I want to see just the community come together even more than it does, and like us all to work together to like make this glass blowing world work as a whole and like function. You know,
Okay.
kind of like go like a machine.
Yeah. Is there certain things that you hope you might be working on that you're not necessarily working on now, say 10 years from now?
Um, what do you mean, like things that I
Like,
want to be making?
yeah, maybe you want to be making huge
Yeah,
objects
I
or,
definitely do want to start going bigger for sure because like I think that would be so cool to see just like make giant bongs because I'm a bong smoker for sure.
okay.
Like that would just be awesome. But for now, I make really small pieces because I don't work on a lathe or anything. I just work on like a really small torch and like I'm working my way up there with like holding heavy things. But yeah.
Great. Okay. So how about what is inspiring your work the most right now?
Um,
And that can be today, that can be the past year.
Well, right now, what's inspiring my time, my work is like this tiny world that Marina Glass and I are working on. We're just making mini things. We're just continuously making mini things. It's really addicting because you'll like it's like once you start making one tiny thing, you just kind of start making a bunch of other tiny things. You're like, oh, I need to make a cutting board for all my fruit I made now. Like, oh, I need to make a knife. Like, just the possibilities are endless, and it's just kind of fun.
And so is there a certain thing that you're really enjoying making the most right now, or do you enjoy making just a bunch of things and that's
I
it?
just enjoy making a bunch of things. It honestly switches up all the time. Um, like today, I just made like a oil burner or like one of those little incense burners where you put like a cube of wax at the top and melt it with a candle underneath. So your room smells good. That was cool. I've never made one of those before. I kind of just went for it. Sometimes I like to try things like new and random, but sometimes I'll do like the same thing over and over again. Like if I really am like me making something, I'll just make a bunch of them because I
Okay.
just think it's fun.
So what's your favorite thing to do outside of glass?
I like to walk around and explore. Like I do, I like to do urban exploring and like I like to look at trains. Like
Trains, huh?
yeah, I like watching trains. Like they have really cool art and like graffiti on them. I also like hooping and like skateboarding, painting. I'm always painting. in my studio
Yeah.
drawing.
What do you feel more glass blowers should be paying attention to right now?
Um, I think they should be paying attention to uh, each other and like how our own work like connects to each other's because I think it's really cool like when people do collabs like I think it's such an awesome like thing to see like two artists work come together and like create like a even cooler like combination of like a whole new like media like style of some sort. Yeah, I think that's really cool and like I think it just brings like more people together and like
Yeah, so collaborate more.
yeah, collaborate
What do you
more.
hope they're doing? All right. All right, last one. What do you hope to accomplish in glass?
um that's a hard question. um I guess just keep on blowing glass, just always blow glass. I really like don't think I'm ever gonna stop because it's just really addicting. Because I feel like once I find a medium that I like, I just can't stop doing it. But um, I don't know, just be forever content with blowing glass. That's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
thank you.